Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to be talking about how many games were released on Steam in 2024. We're on PC Gamer today. This article is written by Jonathan Bolding. Thank you for the article. It'll be linked down in the description if you would like to read along or just check it out for yourself. Thank you. The title goes, nearly 19,000 games released on Steam in 2024. And you probably didn't play most of them. And to be fair, you shouldn't be playing if you played most of these games, that's crazy. That's so much time dedicated to games. And don't get me wrong, I love video games, but you shouldn't be playing every single one of them. That's crazy, and I doubt you'd even get you probably wouldn't even be able to experience all those games properly anyway if you played them all. So you shouldn't be. You should be enjoying the games you do play. But yeah. Just before we continue on to this article, please remember to like the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and once we do, I'll be doing a Q&A video, so please subscribe if you're interested. Nearly 19,000 video game products released on Steam this year, 18,945 as of press time, meaning if 50-some things get dropped on January 1st, 2025, my headline there turns into a lie, but whatever, I'm going for it. Where about it? It's true. I mean, that's basically 19,000. I don't think it's that big of a deal. All right, what the hell? That is a lot of games released. According to the ever-reliable stat checker SteamDB, that is true. They are very reliable, to be fair. That's our total for the year, and that is a lot. Like a whole 5,600 more than 2023, which was itself a few thousand higher than 2024. It means that 2024 is what appears to be the highest single-year jump in game releases ever tracked on Steam, with no signs of the flood slowing down. More games than ever, faster than ever. Now, that is interesting, but to put that in perspective, digital products have been getting more and more and more popular, and consoles, Microsoft and Sony have been putting their games as well onto PC, so that also increased it by a little bit at least. And I feel like the indie game scene has kind of exploded in terms of like being just tons of games being released. I'm curious if 19,000, it says 19,000 video game products, so I wonder if that is also games that aren't, no, it does say released, so I was wondering. And because I was thinking about the wish listing, if games that are on Steam but can't be purchased and there's just wish listing, but to also with that point, a lot of games come out in early access in the indie game scene, so that could also be pushing the games over like that as well. It's interesting to think about. Despite the onrushing tide of games, only few more of them made the threshold popularity that Valve requires for community profile features to get enabled. That's when they can have a profile customization like trading cards, badges, and emoticons. And when that counts towards a user's game collection or achievement collection store total. Okay, interesting. Just 3,964 games reached that total compared to 3,874 in 2023 and 3,491 in 2021. Interesting. So just slightly below 4,000 games reached the threshold to count as a big community for Steam, even though 19,000 games were released. So just basically 4,000 of that 19,000 managed to get a decent amount of sales. Interesting. With the number dropping by a few hundred for years before that. So there are more games than ever, but only a few more of them are getting noticed and played by the community. Well, I don't know about that. They are getting played, but not enough people are getting played. I guess it depends what you mean by being played by the community. I guess if you don't have Steam cards, like trading cards, badges, and stuff like that, enough people haven't played it that I don't know if you can call it a community, which is understandable because like it is a big deal, but I do feel like it's still going up. Like it's still going up by almost 100, and that's 100 more people making games, and the threshold of being just releasing a game on Steam is much lower than it used to be, I'm pretty sure, because now you just have to pay $100 fee, don't you, to put your game on Steam, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong on that, but it's much easier to put your game on Steam now as well, comparatively to the previous years. So I do feel like that more things being released on Steam is kind of indicative of the fact that it's just easier to put your game on Steam. SteamB also has their filtered list of the best rated games in 2024 available, where you can see where people really loved Balatro, but that's probably something you already know, isn't it? Yeah, it's true. Followed up by Me-Side, I don't even know what that game is, Web Fishing, The Ware Cleaner, Sheepy, Satisfactory, Black Myth Wukong, TCG Card Shop Simulator, Fields of Mysteria, and 20 Small Mazes. Interesting. I know this, I don't know 20 Small Mazes, I don't know Sheepy, and I don't know Ware Cleaner. Interesting. The takeaway from that list is that if you want recognition, you should put a lot of time and effort into a nice game and give it away for free. Wait, what? Were these games given away for free? None of these games were given away for free, if I remember correctly. Were these games given away for free? None of the 20 Small Mazes might have been, and Wear Cleaner might have been, but all these games are paid games. None of these games, I mean, some of them went on sale, I'm sure. I don't remember any of them being free though. At least the ones that I know. Because, I mean, Black Myth Wukong is literally a full price game. I don't know about the last statement by the author, but, I mean, to be fair, it probably doesn't hurt. But I do feel like the majority of these games were paid. So that's just kind of interesting to see that a lot of it was what I called. A lot of these games are small indie games, or smaller indie games. I mean, obviously Black Myth Wukong isn't. At least from what I can tell, most of these games are made by small teams, or one person. I know TCG Card Shop Simulator is made by, it's either one guy or like a couple people. And SAS Factory is a small team. Web Fishing is just one person, I'm pretty sure. It might be a couple people now, but it was initially just one person. So interesting. It's interesting to see that what people are playing. And I mean, I love TCG Card Shop Simulator personally. I think it's an amazing game. Obviously with some things that I wish could change a little bit, but overall I think it's a really good experience. And it kind of makes me wish that all the like the shop simulators kind of took some lessons from them, because they've made some things very easy. Like the pricing thing is really easy for them, because it's like you can just hit by percentages instead of having to type in your own thing every time, which is really nice. And the fact that you can change the money to like your own regional money, it's very nice for, it is a simulator, so it is really nice for immersion, because I can change the money into CAD instead of USD, which is really nice. So yeah, that's really fun. It is interesting that only just under 4,000 games reached the threshold for the community profile features, which I do agree is a big milestone for a lot of these games probably, because I really do feel like because it's easier to release things on Steam, that it obviously means that the number overall is going up, but even so, the number of games that are being popular enough are still going up, just not nearly as fast. But that's also because it's easier to release things on Steam, and more people are generally just looking at stuff like this, especially this year, because the AAA industry kind of like imploded on itself for a lot of people. And unless you're a Nintendo fan, everything is being released on PC as well, so you can wait for big games to come out on Steam eventually. So it's just like, I feel like as an indie game, it's going to be so hard to get advertising now, or like get noticed. But it's also one of those things where it's also the cheapest you can advertise out overall, because just putting videos of your game on YouTube or doing things like that, I think is easier to do than having to like sponsor people. Because honestly, I don't even think, as an indie game developer, I don't agree. I don't think you should be sponsoring people. You should just be releasing games, or like you should just be releasing footage of your game and like making a trailer, making a cinematic trailer, gameplay trailer, introduction trailers, and just having that stuff being released on YouTube and just TikTok and shorts, and just trying your best to make stuff like that. Because I feel like sponsoring streamers or YouTubers and stuff like that only works when you can do it enough. And as an indie game developer, I just don't feel like the budget is worth it. I don't think the potential cost is worth it overall. But I'm also not, and I'm not in that circumstance. I'm just going off what I think is true. But yeah, I just find this really interesting. I'm going to be interested to see next year's stats, honestly, to see if it goes up. If I'm still making videos like this, I will 100% be looking at this stat. And even then, honestly, even if I'm not making videos on this, I'll probably be looking at it just because I'm curious. But other than that, thank you everyone for watching today's video. Remember to like the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and once we do, I'll be doing a Q&A video, and I really appreciate it if you do subscribe. If you'd like to check me out on other places, I have a Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and a Blue Sky if you'd like to check me out on any of those social media platforms. Thank you everyone for watching today's video, and I'll see you in another one. Goodbye, everyone.